Prejudice did not start off, or does not start off, as hate alone or automatic assumptions alone, nothing like that. It first starts off as the socialization of majority and minority, and then the socialization of the ignorance between how the two different systems live, because one is only participating within one of the groups, right? And from there, averaging out what has been experienced compared to, how the person judging thinks that they are, which people typically think that they're good. So, yeah, that creates biases, and boom, you have prejudice. So, that means that in order for a system in and of itself to be prejudiced or racist or anything like that, it just needs the room itself. The room itself to hold the entity that they want to put into that box as a minority. That's it. That's all. And over time, the work will be done itself. Okay? Yes, you can sprinkle in a little added manipulation, some psychological warfare here and there. It'll definitely get the point across, and it does every single time, which is why it is done. But yeah, once you can turn rooms into a perception of majority and a perception of minority, you're about 75% there. And just an example, let's say that there are 10 board members, who sit for this corporation, right? And they are responsible for making the decisions about everything ultimately, right? They are the last say-sowers every quarter, every year, whatever they have going on. And in this group, 8 out of the 10 board members are one race. One is another race, and the last one is a different race, okay? It is going to be so natural for those 8 people to socialize, form alliances, groups, and really subconsciously only hear one another's opinions and validate one another. Whereas these two minorities, it's like, participation award majority at the time. To say you were there, to say they heard a different opinion. But in reality, they don't integrate, the way in which it would be expected. And if they do, that becomes a little bit complicated, but it all just still ends up being the same thing in the end. But yeah. And let's say that majority of 8 people ended up losing their majority count and went down to 2 members, and then one of the minority groups becomes majority. Everything as we know it will be different. Legislation, policy, socially acceptable things on media, all of that. So things like corporate America don't necessarily need racist people. They just need, rooms with an influx of a particular group, and yay.